Good morning. I'm babysitting today. She's getting spayed on Thursday, so she's coming over for a little visit. Molly under the door. Are you wanting to pester Molly? She's wanting to pester Molly. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. So I thought I'd sit here and talk because it's mighty peaceful in here. I wanted to give you guys an update on my ear. I don't know if anybody wants to hear it, but I thought I'd keep y'all updated. So if anybody else was experiencing anything like this, if I could help them or they could help me, that's why I wanted to share this. So update from Friday, I went to the ENT because I was having what started like a second episode of what I had in February, which was sudden sensory neuro hearing loss. That's hard to say. Unknown of why that occurred. I have videos about it, previously on here. You can look them up, but I started losing low tone hearing loss in this ear. They started me on steroids. He said if you get it within the first couple weeks, you can reverse it. Very important. So I did. I was very fortunate, got my hearing back. And he said probably never have another case of it again. Hopefully not. Well, that all started to happen again last Friday. I was noticing something right away, so I went to the doctor early. And by doing that, he said my hearing was still not at a level. My hearing was still at a decent level, so he didn't want to start me on steroids. He said he doesn't want to use them. Hearing loss was at a certain point. So that was it, basically. I mean, in a nutshell, he said, there's a lot of unknowns. Over the weekend, I went to my mom and dad's, which we had a lovely time. It was wonderful. So it did help me take my mind off of it, off and on, which was good. But as the weekend progressed, each day I started losing more hearing. And with the losing hearing, it causes my ears to ring and to get like tinnitus and to get really super sensitive to sound. So everything is just like, if I go to a quiet room, it's much more tolerable. I can hear the tinnitus still, but it's just a mixed bag of really annoying things. So woke up this morning, seems like my hearing loss is even a little worse today. I called my doctor. Doctor's in surgery all day, no appointments available. So I said, well, maybe I need to start my medicine. Well, they didn't know of anything to do. She's like, oh, I can get you in for an appointment. July 15th. And I was like, well, do I lose my hearing up until then and then not be able to get it back? So she's like, well, I can let you talk to a nurse. So they put me through to the nurse, left a message, and I haven't heard from anybody yet. So it's kind of where I'm at. It's like I've hit a wall this morning, and I've had a little bit of a breakdown, had a little cry, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my hearing. Felt sorry for myself and all that, But may come down to it. I may lose my hearing. But I can't worry about it from here. I can't keep worrying about it, like constantly what ifs. I know the Lord would not want me to worry. And he says not to. And I am human and I do some, but I am going to work on it. So y'all say a prayer for me. I'm going to lose my hearing. It might be inevitable, but I might be able to do some things to, maybe preserve some of it. So I will try to get a second opinion from somebody else and see what they say. And just take it a day at a time and go from there. Well, I'm back out. It's still pretty hot, but not as bad as it was. I didn't water the garden yesterday because it had rained the day before, just a little bit, enough. But we didn't get any rain today again, so headed down there to the garden. Good morning. So it's Tuesday morning here. Super incredibly hot and humid. It's supposed to be a heat index of 108 today. So I don't know how much time I'm gonna spend outside. I've got to go grab my beans, but I don't know if I'm gonna be outside too much more. Hopefully it'll rain though soon and water everything. Fingers crossed. I mean, hopeful for another day of a chance of rain maybe. Well, I want to update you guys on my ear. So I ended up having to go back to the ENT this morning. Had a rough weekend. Yesterday, it seemed like it was at its peak. So I called the doctor back in hopes of something they might be able to do to reverse the hearing loss and maybe relieve some of that tinnitus and very noise sensitivity issue I've got going on. So I got up there and they did a hearing test again, and of course I have low tone hearing loss again. And they wrote me another prescription for steroids. The necessary evil, I do believe, but as I got up this morning and as I left the doctor's office, I started noticing like maybe my hearing is a little better today. So I was kind of toiling with the fact that whether I should start the steroid or not. So I got home and just contemplated and went ahead and did it. Just because I want to preserve as much of my hearing as I can. So I don't know, I'll take it one more day. Maybe if it's better tomorrow, maybe I'll just, the one dose will be okay to take and then just stop. Because I know you're not supposed to stop in the middle of taking it. But maybe it's going to get better on its own this episode. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm just praying and praying and praying. So I saw a different doctor. He kind of told me the same things as the previous doctor. So that's where I'm at. And just wanted to keep y'all updated. I'm being hopeful because I really don't have as bad as noise sensitivity today in quiet environments. Like not as much noise is bothering me. So I don't know. Even a little bit of relief is a blessing. It just, I can't describe it to you guys. So anyways, I got to go out and get some beans. I'm trying to contemplate what I want to go out right now and get them because like I said, it is crazy hot here. This has been like a super dry summer so far. So I also got to go out and check to see if my cucumbers are coming up. All right, headed outside, I think. Got a cucumber coming up. We made pickles at my mom's house this weekend, which I need to get some stuff to do it. I think I need some peppercorn, dill, and there's something else. I have the recipe. But they were delicious. They were so good. They were easy to make. I planted cucumbers down on the end of the garden, but I have sprinklers set out, so they weren't reaching the very end because my corn got too tall. So they kind of dried up. I just planted some up by the driveway in my raised bed because their germination, their days to maturity is pretty quick. So not going to be a problem at all. Yeah, that's my sad little pickle starting. Actually, it's got some blooms on it. So I may get some, to be honest. My corn is getting there. It's going to be a little busy week there doing corn. We'll have to shuck it and cook it and all that before I put it in the freezer. So yeah, that's coming up soon. And the potatoes too. Y'all, this is the most humid last couple weeks. It's just kind of miserable, really. A little bit. I think my potatoes are getting close. Now, I don't think I'm going to water this evening. It's still kind of wet. I watered the garden last night and then it decided to rain afterwards. So, they got a pretty good rain. Wow, there's going to be some big tomatoes down here. Big. Oh, I see one starting to turn. Let's go in here in this sea of mess. Oh, nice. Have a little sunflower who opened up back here on my fence. Got some bees. And we got one of the darker colors. My husband likes those. I'm definitely gonna plant some more of these type of zinnias next year that have this type of petals, because that is just so pretty. But look at that. Y'all, this is just my favorite bed right there. Just full of everything, full of a variety of stuff. I want to do that with all my beds next year. I'll maybe have one dedicated to sunflowers again, because I'm sure it'll reseed a whole bunch. Got some cherry tomatoes from the ones I had last year, which reseeded, and they are so good. Actually, they reseeded over there, and I moved them here, and they're doing great. But those are so cute. Definitely save the seeds off these. All right, y'all, it's hot. And because I've been a little under the weather, I'm not gonna stay out here in this ridiculous humidity for too long. Still babysitting Miss Kenna. She's looking out the window. She got a good view. Make her be a biter.
While at Chattanooga, boy had a dollar and a dime.
Miss Kenna.
Headed out to Nashville on the Hard Rock Line.
Kenna.
I'm working on that old steam.
Oh, we're getting some big thunder. Smells like rain too. No. They're actually saying severe storms, hail, wind gusts, and all that. I'll just go for the rain, but I guess I can't choose which one we get. Take the good with the bad, right? Kind of like my week's been. Y'all hear that? I can actually hear it. It's raining. Very lightly. You probably can't see it on here, but it is something. All right, y'all, I'm making some crescent rolls for dinner. And I thought I had some in the refrigerator, but I don't, so we're gonna do them homemade style tonight. And I'll normally buy them just for ease of use, but I looked up a recipe, so hopefully they'll be pretty good. I'm gonna try. And I kind of like making bread anyway, so it'll be a learning experience. And Wallace, here's your mixer. Hope you like it. Has to rest for 30 minutes after it's mixed well. Scrape some of the dough off the side and get all of it in there. Alright, I think it looks good. I'm just going to let it rest in here, and then we'll roll it out and prepare it. Alright, I've got some rested dough. We're going to divide it out and shape it into about 12 by 8 pieces, and then make some crescent rolls. I use one of these. I got this for my cast iron skillet to scrape it, but it works good for dividing dough. Alright, that was easy enough, and I've got one more dough ball, so we'll make another batch of it. What do you think?
I don't know.
Doesn't look that big yet, does it?
No, not yet.
No. Still kind of small. So maybe not quite yet then.
Not quite yet. It's not all the way black yet, the corn not. The tassels. See how they're brown?
Yeah.
I want to let them get a little black.
Yeah, and that one's like not ready, but that one looks a little more so than the other.
Getting there though.
I'm saying in what, another week maybe?
Maybe not quite that.
Huh.
Those Roman.
Those are, well, I had a few odd packets of stuff.
That's not a Roman.
And I don't remember what they were, but they got mixed in, but that's cool. Looks like a pepper. A pepper tomato.
Oh boy, you better hope everything else is done before you start that.
Well, the good thing about tomatoes is I can put them in the freezer. They don't have to all be done at once. So I have to work with the stuff that have to be done at once first. Like when the corn comes in, I've got to do it. I'm gonna boil it on the stove and then freeze it. So I did it last year and did not do that. I just wrapped up the corn in the husk and put them in a freezer bag, and it ended up being soft. The taste was good, but the texture did not like. The guppies are doing good. My ton of snails. It's decided to rain for real this time. And it is lightning and thundering.